Hello, guys. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Okay, we're locked in. What's good, K4? Sorry, dude. I was just trying to type some shit, bro, and I kept fucking up the typing. Hello, Bologna. Hello, YouTube chat. What is up, everyone? I just dropped my chapstick under my desk, and it's trapped. Hold on. Guys, there's a lot of fucking news going down, okay? There's a lot of shit happening. Hello, Golem. Hello, Pedro. Hello, Happy Dog. Hello, Sketch. Guys? There's a fucking lot going on, man. Oh my goodness. It is a new setup, by the way. It is. I've been moved into a new home. Just hold on, guys. Let me get my shit really quick. Okay, we're back. Let's just look at KRL's X, or I mean Twitter. Ugh. Jesus, man. X? What the fuck is wrong with me? Also, is the background music too loud or just right? Should I lower it a little? God, I'm so sorry, bro. I did not mean to call it that. I was just looking at it. Ugh. It's fine. Okay, perfect. Guys, let's do a little bit of searching. Okay? JT is pushing hard to bring his coach TC to Liquid with him. I mean, I feel like you can't have JT without TC, bro. You really can't. Okay? I don't know if you guys were all here. This happened, like, at the very end of the last stream that I did. You guys are not gonna like this. You guys are not gonna like this. JT to Liquid is pissing me off. JT to Liquid made me very angry when I saw it. Here's my thought process, right? Is JT a good IGL? Yes. But, like, I feel like him joining Liquid gives them a better floor, but also a hard-capped ceiling. I just think JT's fine, right? But I'm just so sick of North America just recycling the same old talent over and over and over again, man. Like, I've seen TC for 5 fucking years now. I've seen enough. He's fine, okay? He's fine, bro. But, like, dear God, can we please try to develop some new talent? Man, like, I really wanted Alicia to transition into being a caller, because we literally have no callers, right? We have been throwing JT to whatever NA team we possibly can for years at this point, and it's like, bro, I want to see someone new. JT is a world beater IGL. Can I be honest, bro? I think he's fine. I would say he's slightly above average. World beater, I would say, is a little insane. But, like, I just think we need to try and develop new talent, IGL-wise. And I think Elige, at this point of his career, it's a good time to transition, man. Who made the NLE Choppa? I saw that, bro. I immediately hearted that comment. I was laughing. I was geeking a little bit. Hello, Lavarius. Elige shouldn't call, bro. Who the fuck else do you want? We need someone. Okay? We need someone else to try and become a caller. Like, I'm sick of seeing recycled talents, man. I don't think it's the move. In my opinion. I just don't think it's the move. But that's just me. Like, Liquid, I think, is gonna get better. But I'm still upset about it. That's what I'll say. I'm not happy about it. Also, Elige. You know, if we're not getting fragging out of Elige, I feel like it's about that time. Anyways, TC as well. Going to Liquid, I mean, whatever, bro. Whatever. I still think Elige would be better. Like, if his fragging is dipping, and from what I've seen, he's one of the most, like, dedicated, hardworking players in the game. He seems very, very smart. I don't know if he'd be a good leader of men, but, like, calling-wise, I think he would be fine, bro. Is Tri confirmed? No, I don't think Tri's going to Liquid. But, I mean, maybe he is, but I don't think so. I don't know. Kixin closing in on Aurora signing. I mean, this is what we all predicted on that one stream. This is what we all predicted on that one stream. We all said kicks into Aurora. Are we getting any other moves? Are we getting any other moves? Are we going to be replacing any of the other players? Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm assuming that surely if they're going to go international, they're not just going to sign Kixin, bro. Like, surely they replace someone else like Woxic. But there have been no rumors about anything else happening. Because I agree. I don't think it's worth getting rid of Major to make the entire team common English just for Kixin. So I think they're definitely going to try and become like a fully international team at some point. My take on Aurora, this is what I think the roster is going to look like when possible. I think Major gone for Kixin. I think they replace Woxic with an Opper. Wakadia guaranteed to stay. And I would say Zantara's guaranteed to stay. Yeah, what's good, Bagel? Yo, I was watching you on the BDGE trivia thing. NT, brother. Those guys you were playing against are fucking freaks. Like, genuinely. Dude, Big Cat is an animal. How does that dude have so much knowledge? Yeah, I don't know. I like Soulfly a lot. But you're looking for the sub, Jake? Thank you, brother. Yeah, no, dude, I totally get it. They've been like, yo, Bengal, they've been doing that for years, man. They've been studying for years for that shit. There's only so much you can do. If I was in there, I would get slapped around, okay? I would get slapped around. Anyways, nah, this team, I see them keeping like 2 Turks and just being fully international. at some point. Minus Woxic plus Sizzy. Sizzy is not leaving bait this early, man. I don't see this. I don't see that. If you're getting Moldoy Alexi, it's okay, but Kixin Klim, I mean, that we predicted Kixin Klim, I think. Let me go back to that video really quick. And we can look. Let's go to that stream really quick and see what we add, because I was gonna save the picture, but I didn't because I'm a chud. Predict every move. What did we end with? Yeah. This is what we ended with. Aurora, Kixin, Xantaras, Klim, Soulfly, Wakadia. Yo, did we cook with this or what? Did we cook with this or what? We waited for someone like Wakadia to come up for 10 years. Dude, Wakadia is a fucking freak. Okay? Wakadia is a freak. What do you mean Aurora kicks in? I mean this. I mean, this is actually happening. Why was Senzu benched? And then back to BC? Probably because they just ended his loan. And then fully bought him out. It was just kind of like weird. It was just like reported weirdly. They just ended his loan and then decided to fully buy him out.
Only for my goat.
Yo, appreciate it, brother. Thank you for the glaze. Thank you for the 100 bit arenos. Anyways, yeah, so that's that. I think they're gonna do like a Vitality for sure and just like get rid of everyone. Get rid of everyone besides like 2 Turks. And then I think Aurora, like, it's tough, man, because I actually really don't mind Soulfly. Like, I feel like you have to keep Xantaras over Soulfly, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. What is this? I'm on the Google Calendar with them. What? Why is he on Google Calendar with them? Anyways, Foot set to sign Xfloud. I kind of fuck with this move a lot. It's really not a horrible replacement for Lone X. Xfloud has kind of been trapped on Heroic for a while, but like when he's on, he looks fucking good. And I feel like in a system like Foot's, it's so much easier to play well. When like everyone else around you is also just doing their job incredibly good. Whereas Lone X, we don't really know yet. I don't think he had anything else about Lone X, but Lone X said he wanted to leave. Hold on. Let me get out of this. Where is it? There was some reporting about Lone X wanting to leave. It's somewhere over here. But he just said that he wants to explore his options. Here it is. Lone X exploring options in the offseason. He said that he wants to play for a different team. Banks said he heard rumors about Navi, Lone X for Ema. We talked about that last time. I hate that. I really would hate Lone X instead of Ema. I don't think it's like... First of all, okay, let's start like first of all. First of all, the rolls are horrible. If you do that, horrible rolls. Second of all, I think if you're replacing Emo, Lone X is not a good enough player to make that worth their time. I like Lone X, but I just don't think that's worth it at all. I think I would hate that move, genuinely. I would not like that move one bit. What is this, Lavarius? Brokey will switch. Yeah, I did see this. I did see this. I mean, bro, we can talk about this. Here's the deal, though. So I actually, this is like chopped. This is chopped. But I really don't mind it that much. I don't know what Brokey on full-time rifle is going to look like. Okay. I don't know what Brokey and rifle's going to look like, but I like them trying to improve the opposition.
Clocking in, keep on glazing that foot and up the major wheel spins, saluting face emoji.
Yo, God bless you, bro. Thank you for the bits. I will keep glazing foot, okay? And I am not going to keep fucking up the wheels. I will get a major winning team eventually. This is casino. It's not real. It's engagement farming. I understand, but like, I don't think that they're just simply lying. Because from what I heard, it sounds like they've already been reported to keep Frozen, Twist, and Brokey. So, if they are adding Martinez, what else are they going to do besides moving Brokey to rifle? Unless that first report was a lie and they're actually keeping Jacob instead of Brokey. Because it sounds like they need this core to keep their VRS points. So I guess I understand where that's coming from. I don't know, man. But here's the thing with the dude, like here's the thing, right? Where is that article? I don't think it's not on here yet. It was reported on KRL. Okay, I feel like we gotta finish talking about this first, though. I know. I saw that that FaZe and Gentlemates can't come to an agreement. I saw that. Oh yeah, here it is. So the problem with this, right? If FaZe get Martinez, that makes sense. That Brokey would rifle. The problem is we don't know if FaZe can get Martinez yet because that would fuck with the sale of the roster, right? They kind of need Martinez to get more interest from buyers. And if they sell Martinez, it's like kind of chopped because isn't Martinez like literally their best player? Let's see. Because like I guess you get decent VRS points if you buy them, but I think Martinez has probably been their best player this year. And Martinez has been good for a long time. Yeah, he's their best player. So, like, if you sell Martinez, then it's like, I don't know, it's a little chopped. So, it's a whole thing right now. We'll have to see. I think that will be true if FaZe get Martinez, but we'll have to see how it all plays out. Anyways, we gotta lock in for a second. We gotta talk about Foot and xFloud. I fuck with his move hella. I don't think xFloud has been that insane recently, but Heroic has also been so chopped. I don't really blame him. I don't really blame him at all for not playing as good as he used to. How good has he been this year? A 108, and that's mostly in tier 2. Top. He gets better the better teams he plays. That's interesting, but I don't really care about this year. We've had youngster op this entire year. And throughout most of the year, Susp has been a terrorist. He's been playing better recently. That's impossible. Maybe he's just a 108 player. But he plays well against good teams-ish. Well, anyways, I like xFloud as a player, okay? I think Foot can make him better, for sure. Like, better than he's been playing recently, for sure. Because I don't think Lawn X is, like, I think he was playing really, really well earlier this year. But like from what we've seen from Lawn X throughout his career, it's not like he is like this insanely crazy entry. He just got significantly better when he joined Foot compared to any other time in his entire career. So I feel like just like plugging any player into this team, I feel like it would do wonders for them and their numbers. X-Vlad being free from Heroic would be dope. I think he could really thrive in a good system. I agree, bro. I totally agree. That's why I like the move. Or maybe they're just replacing him with X-Vlad because they both have an X in their name. Interesting. Did we decide Operas for Liquid? Yes. I said this in the Liquid video and I still believe it. Now I haven't done too much analysis, but check this out for a second. I want him. I want this guy. That Liquid is targeting an opping prospect. I found him. I found the opping prospect. Guys! This is the same rating Molodoy had, by the way. Also, is this... Okay, there. He has trouble with visas. He can't get into the EU. Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me this is sitting in tier 2 and he can't even be used? You've got to be joshing me, bro. You have to be joshing me. Not reading that. Anyways, I fuck with that move. I mean, this move. This move, we'll see. What else? Kersey to 3D Max as a rifler. Oh, mama. Oh, brother. Thank you for the follow. Yo, 3D Max just kind of fell off a cliff, eh, fellas? Yo, thank you for the follow. I mean... God, bro. It's just... It can't be worse than him opping. I feel like we said the same thing about Cadian, and I'm not saying Kersey is Cadian, but you never really know. Listen, bro, he was good in tier 8. So maybe he'll be good on 3D Max because they're heading in that direction anyways. That's about all I have to say about this. What else has been reported? That's it. Okay. I mean, some pretty insane leaks so far. Like, X-Flow to Foot, Kixin to Heroic, and JT and maybe TC to Liquid. We'll see. 3D Max disband now. Yeah, that might have to happen, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. We may have to disband 3D Max. It might be over for them. I mean, I'm just looking at this, and I'm just not seeing a lot of things that I like. Anyways. What else? Insani to remain with MIBR. Guys... We said this in the predicting every roster moves thing. This is why we predicted Koala to Legacy instead. We thought Koala would be a better fit, first of all, and I just didn't believe Insani would ever actually leave MIBR. And here he is, staying with MIBR, which I actually don't mind. I still think they're a very promising team if Klim stays. And it sounds like MIBR is trying to get Klim, but I don't know if they'll be able to. But yeah, I mean, what did it say? His contract ends at the end of this year. Is that what it said? Let me read this real quick. His contract with MIBR expires in December 20, so end of this year. So he's gonna be out of jail. You guys think at the end of the year, Furia does a giant roster overhaul and signs him instead? I don't think it's a horrible idea. Like, when Fallen retires, right? When Fallen retires, what do we think this team does moving forward? What if it's like... What if it's like a minus Yakinder plus Insani and they try and get a European IGL? Is that crazy to say? I don't think I would love a Yakinder IGL. That's like the obvious answer. Like, Yakinder would just switch over to IGL, but I don't think I would like that. It's kind of an L move in my opinion. They said they're prepping him to take over when Fallen leaves. When did they say that? I mean, I guess, bro. Yakinder IGL and then sign Insani to replace Fallen. That's not a horrible idea. I think that's probably what I would predict Furia to do, I guess. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily prefer it, but I guess it would make sense. I guess that would still be a pretty fun roster, though. What if Furia steals Art? Yeah, I think pack it up at that point, honestly. I think we pack it up. Maybe Yakinder is secretly the GOAT IGL. Who's to say? I know he did it on Liquid for a while. And it was mad, but then again, it was Liquid. So maybe we can't hate too bad. It's whatever, bro. It's whatever. I guess that makes the most sense is he would just slide over. I want to see where they said that Yakinder would be IGL. Yo, thank you for the sub. W-R-O-C-U-A-F. Rokoff. I know that's not how you pronounce it. There's no shot, but thank you for the sub, brother. Thank you, thank you. Yakinder to IGL Furia. Is that real? When was that said, bro? Did you just make that up? I think that was just made up. I don't know, guys. Just because he's calling CT sides, like, that doesn't mean he's automatically going to switch to a main IGL. Would it make a lot of sense for him to transition? Yes, but we'll have to see what they do. Because, like, I know that's what Hunter did on G2. But, like, it's not always a guarantee. Because some people don't want to be full-time caller. We'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't mind Yakinder IGL, though. And Insani. It wouldn't be horrible. Yo, thank you for the profile redeem. Yo, I got you. Post your Steam in the Discord. And make sure that I can comment. By the way. Gamer Legion about to be eliminated. Yo, thank you for the follows, fellas. Yo, what happened to my goats? Whoops. Why the fuck is Gamer Legion so inconsistent? Is Snacks that bad? Or is Gamer Legion just like a cursed team? Because, I mean, they were always inconsistent, even before Snacks. Even before Snacks, when they had ZTR, they were still very inconsistent. Just doing random shit and hoping for the best. Yeah, I don't know, man. PR has also been playing a little brutally, that's true. He was playing so well before too, man. Ever since it got leaked that he was gonna join Mouse and the move didn't go through, like, dude, he like turned to dust. Did that really chop him? Him not going to Mouse? Did he say some fuck shit to GL on the way out? And now it's just like awkward? I don't know, bro. But they're coming back, guys. It's not over yet. Snacks fragging IGL, by the way. What a guy. What a guy. Okay, let's think real quick. I know we did this the other day, but I kind of want to do it updated now because we already know what's going on. Not making a move. Not making a move. I doubt are making a move. There's the only person I could maybe see them changing is Zontix, and I don't think they're doing that. Not making a move, but end of 2026. Minus Fallen, Yakinder IGL, plus Insani is the new opener. That could go hard. And then Yakinder just does like a little Kerrigan, where he just runs into bomb sites. He'd still be good as like a pure entry, IGL. Then he can call from the grave. I actually, the more that we talk about it, the more that I actually like that. You guys might have been onto something. Maybe I was hating a little too soon. Na'Vi. I still think Ema is guaranteed to be gone. Ema is guaranteed to be gone. Bit, I think, is guaranteed to be safe. Wonderful is guaranteed to be safe. Alexi B depends what other teams are offering, but I think Alexi B is probably safe. I want him to stay. In Makaze, I don't think they would get rid of, because I feel like Na'Vi typically, unless there's like internal issues, they give their players a bit of time. And like Makaze is still very young. And like he's had his moments, bro. And he hasn't even been playing bad. A 110 over the past 3 months. What are we talking about? I think he just played kind of bad at the major. Yeah. And not even that bad overall. Like, he still had very good series. But he... Ooh. They did get 13 once. I'm done with Wonderful. Get him off this team, bro. Wonderful has been a top 5 opera this year. What do you mean, get him off the team? Oh, Gamer Legion lost. Yo, pack it up, Squadron. It was a good run. Shh. BC buys the foot core? Alright, I've heard enough. If I just got done shooting up heroin, I would support that roster. And think that it could realistically happen. Anyways, yeah, so Makaze probably stays. So then, surely Ema is gone. Yo, hello. Surely Ema is gone. I still really want it to be minus Ema plus JL. It's just kind of weird, though. With players who, like, take a lot of time off from playing, it's always kind of, like... It's a risk, because you don't know how they're going to come back into the game playing. I know JL's been playing Face It. He's been playing it on Twitch and posting it on his YouTube. But... I don't know. Like, would JL go back to Mouse? Would JL go back to Na'Vi? I feel like those gotta be his only two options, right? JL to Mouse or JL to Na'Vi. FaZe do not need JL. FaZe do not need JL. He's not. It's a role clash. I don't know. JL to G2 could be interesting, but who would he replace? It would have to be Maddie's. I don't know if they would do that though. I feel like they just added Maddie's not that long ago. Yeah, we still don't know what's gonna happen with Mouse. That's true. They got 4 players as of right now, and we need to know if JL's actually gonna join the team or not, bro. Yo, new pictures are kind of fire. I'm not typically a Mouse glazer, but these are kind of hard. Nerds, guys, I need you guys to understand how roles on teams work. JL is not an opener. He's not an entry fragger. He's not going to replace Nerds. Unless they make Maddie's an entry, and then they have JL replace Nerds. I guess Maddie's was an entry on Fnatic, wasn't he? Let me see what they're doing really quick. Yes, I know. Nerds is playing in star rifler positions. That's not where JL would play. Let me see. What is Maddie's currently doing? God. He's just doing whatever he feels like. Okay, Nerds is the team's main opener. Guys. Nerds is the team's main opener. So here's the deal. If JL were to join G2, they would have to switch the roles up. They would have to make Maddie's the team's main opener. And then have JL be the closer, which Maddie's might be fine doing, bro. Like, let me see what he was doing on Fnatic. Okay, it looks like he was fine opening with Fnatic. So, if we did that, right? If we had JL come in for Nerds, and then JL is the closer and Maddie's is the opener, I guess I wouldn't mind that. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Right? And then some of these are map dependent, like sometimes Maddie still goes in first. Like on every once in a while, right? Like on Mirage, okay, mid-pack player, sure. So like it is still map dependent, but I feel like you still want to have players who are like comfortable doing certain things because it's just so much better, just team-wise, right? It's just so much better, in my opinion. Where does I know Hunter plays some whack spots too as well. Okay, so Hunter is also just a pack player. But he plays a lot of star roles on CT as well. Which is a little, I mean, sure. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to do some role stuff if you did that. I don't hate it, I guess. If you were to put JL in like Nerds' pure roles right now, no. But if you did some, you know, some moving around, I wouldn't mind it. I still think I'd want him in Na'Vi for Ema instead. Probably. Aurora. We have Kixin. Who else do we think gets replaced? Because there's no fucking way. There is no fucking way they're adding Kixin, making this team call in English just for Kixin. There's no shot. There has to be another player they're replacing, and they're eventually going to make the team, like, very international. At least 2, maybe eventually 3. Probably eventually 3. My guess would be Woxic. I don't think Soulfly's been bad in his positions. I think Soulfly's overall been fine. And I think Woxic is like, his stock is mad high right now because he had some fire clips at the major. But overall, we cannot let that cloud our judgment. What has he done? A 106. Would you like your Opera to do a little bit more? I think yes. What has he done in 2026? A 106. I just think he's meh. And surely they are replacing another player. Who would they replace? Okay, so if the 2 most likely are Soulfly and Woxic, because I feel like Xantares is like, you can't get rid of Xantares. He's better than Sampayas. I don't think Sampayas should be in a tier 1 team either, bro. But I guess that's just the world that we live in with Ompers now. I just feel like you can't get rid of Xantares, bro. Like, even if he has fallen off slightly, he's like the franchise player. Turkey would rip their skulls off if they got rid of Xantares. You can't get rid of him. So it's gotta be Woxic or Soulfly. Who are some options? We already predicted Klim. Dexter, maybe. Honestly, like, Dexter for Woxic, I don't hate it. I wouldn't say it's ideal. I don't know. Like, I would say Fenomen is an option, but it sounds like he has visa issues, apparently, which is a little freaky. That makes me so sad because, like, we don't got a lot of opping prospects as it is. Check Dexter's Twitter. Oh, fuck. His parents got diagnosed with cancer. Jesus Christ. Yo, wishing the best for Dexter, bro. Hope that his wife, too. Are we dead ass? That's hella sad if that's true. That's actually fucking heartbreaking. Oh my god. So it's his dad and his girlfriend. That's fucking horrible. Yo, wishing the best for Dexter, man. God damn. Shit just ruined my whole mood, bruh. Okay, well. What's next, opping wise? What can we do? Martinez. Like, can I use this to see who the best ompers have been the past 3 months, bro? Can I just be your little rating monkey? Is that possible? I don't think so. I think I'd have to pay to do that. Hey, bro, what can you do? Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's not a lot of options. I'm not even going to try and guess. We'll have to see. Because surely they make 2 changes. They don't just do 1. Honestly. What site? Skybox. Skybox.gg. Cadian. Yeah, what if, bro? That would be fire. What if? Okay, we're back. Okay, what else? A couple of fun ones in there. 9Z surely don't make a roster move, but I wish that they would. 9Z have been so good with Myron omping, and no disrespect to Myron. We cannot have this dude as a main omper. I hate to say it. I would love for them to add Try, but I don't know how realistic that is. I hope it is. How the fuck did these guys look so good? How did they look so good with their Opper playing like this in both stages? Yo, thank you for the follows. I mean, not a great option, but the way Gamer Legion is doing, a Hypex Woxic trade could be potential. I mean, I don't hate the idea, honestly. Great calling, DGT. Yeah, I mean, DGT and Luchov are both fucking insane. But, like, if they had an actual Opper, imagine how good this team would be. It sounds like Try could go to a bunch of different places, though. I would love Try and 9Z. It sounds like Legacy also are shooting to get him. Holy typing challenge. I don't know why I have an itch in my balls that Legacy is gonna get NQZ instead of Try. That's just a little tingle I have. I just have a little tingle that it might be NQZ. I feel like there's like, how long realistically is NQZ gonna sit out, man? He was really good, I thought. And Koala, yes, Koala NQZ. I thought Sadzin was good. Sadzin is fine-ish. Sadzin is okay. But like, this is the second major in a row where it feels like Legacy kind of disappointed, and he dropped a 0.81. Anytime they play in a real tournament, it feels like he falls off heavily. Like, Cologne, a 0.8. Okay. We go down to Rio. 0.87. We go down to ESL Pro League Finals. These first 2 were online. We get to land a 0.79. Krakow, 0.8. It's not great. I'm going to be honest. If we go to big events filter in 2026, that's probably why. So it sounds like, and there also was a leak that they, I mean, it wasn't a leak. It was reported they were trying new oppers, or were trying to get a new opper. Where was the news? What? Was it here? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know, bro. I saw it somewhere that they were trying to find someone else. And it would make sense. You think Sizzy would fit in Aurora? Sizzy is not leaving bait. He hasn't had nearly enough experience to get called up to a different team, I don't think. Like, he has good moments, but he still needs... He's going to be in bait for a while. I don't know why he would leave. He's in, like, the best fully Ukrainian team in the world. And he's still very inconsistent and very raw as a prospect. Like, he just needs to stay in this team and play for... until the end of, like, 2027 at least. I don't think he would want to leave, though. Like, this is a really good situation for him to be in. There's no reason for him to leave this team. I highly doubt he gets called up to anywhere else. He talked about Astralis. There's nothing really to talk about with Astralis. It sounds like they're not going to do anything besides replace the coach. Like, if we go... Where is it? Rostermania Tracker. Where? No more changes on Astralis. The removal of Rugga and the addition of an international coach, which Astralis have revealed. What? That was revealed? Why have we not heard the coach yet, bro? Yo, what's good? Exerpass back in the chat. What's good, Exerpass? If Sizzy were to go anywhere, it'd be Fnatic. I mean, yeah. And I don't think Fnatic would even make that move. I don't know. I don't think Sizzy would want to make that move, bro. Why would he downgrade to Fnatic? Plus, I don't think Jambo is bad at all. Like, I kind of forgot about him, but he was a really good prospect. And it looks like he still is. A 1-2-2 in Tier 2. He's been farming. Jambo's been a good prospect for a couple of years now. He just is in Fnatic jail, along with everyone else. You fuck with the new Paravision? I guess we can talk about Paravision a little bit. I talked about it a little bit last time as well. I actually don't mind the new Paravision roster at all. I really don't. I think Hobbit joining the team is a little chopped. Only because he is 32. That is the only negative thing I have to say about him, right? It's just like, typically, if you're not a caller, being a rifler, like, in your early 30s is a lot of times a little chopped, but he takes a couple years in between being a GOAT. Maybe this is his year. And he is playing anchor support roles. And prior to this, he was farming in Tier 2. He has a 1.2 in 2026. So, I mean, if he still got the juice, he still got the juice, man. And it's not like he's going to be playing star rifle roles. So, I feel like it's not even that big of a deal. I guess he kind of is like a Tabson, but I would say he probably is better than Tabson at this point of his career. And they got Slaxajez, who I wouldn't say I've been a fan of, but he's been on my radar for a long time now. For no other reason than just rating. He's one of the highest rated players in the entire game. Like, that's all there is to it. It's not like any analysis. But I don't mind them replacing Noda with him, because he's been very, very good in Tier 2. He's like tied for like the 5th highest rating in the entire game so far this year. So he's been farming. You know, I don't mind it. They had to make some changes. The team was becoming dysfunctional, man. So, yeah, I mean, you got 2 experienced players, 3 younger players. I don't think that's bad at all. That's like a team composition I like. So I think it's good. Slaxajez is proven on LAN. I actually didn't even know that. Let me see how good he is on LAN. 2026, he has a 1.25. What has he done on LAN? A 117. So we know he isn't cheating. Only one chopped one. I mean, seems like 5 players from the streets of Face It doesn't work. They had a good run, man. Hey, listen, they had a good run. A team of Jame and 4 Face It Pug Stars winning a Tier 1 tournament against Vitality is a good run. Even though it didn't last super, super long. They had a good run. Guys, I have to piss. Give me... And I'm going to get more water. Give me 2 minutes. I apologize. You know what, actually? You know what I'll do? While I'm gone... I apologize. Okay, I'm running ads. I'll be back. Goodbye. Oh, 32 minutes. Guys, I just got stocked the fuck up. Holy shit. Water? Sparkling water? Last night, my girlfriend made banana bread chocolate chip cookies. This is my third one today. These fuckers are delectable. Our girlfriend is so sweet for baking those. I know, bro. Isn't it so nice? Can she share the recipe? I'll ask her when she gets back. I'll ask her when she gets back. Moon to replace Ultimate. Where did you see that? Schizo Kazakh Twitter account. Okay. Well, I will not be putting any stock into that. Yo, what's good? 2CEF. How are the temperatures in America? Pretty good, bro. It's currently 70 outside Fahrenheit, but it's also drizzling. All right, let me finish this, then we'll yap more. Are you from the Midwest? Yes. God bless the Midwest, bro. Okay. I am truly shook that Jam Young has replaced Ima on Navi Dude, if Jam Young could speak English, there would be so fucking many teams that would send boatloads of money to pick him up. Absolute boatloads of money, man. It's 86 Fahrenheit and 78% humidity. Yeah, and you fuckers don't have AC, bruh. That's like... we don't even have to get into it, bro. We don't even have to get into it. We don't even have to have that conversation right now. Man, Schizo, I did see those. I did see those. We talked about it earlier. It's all on the Twitter account. What do you think of plus Twists, plus Frozen, minus Alexi, minus Ema? Plus Frozen, minus Ema would be cool. Minus Alexi, plus Twists, in my opinion, would be a terrorist move. A terrorist-ass move. Man. God, dude, you guys know how many fucking teams Jam Young could join? If he, like, was fine speaking English? Bro. Is he just an opener? What does he all do? He is a pure opener. And plays some anchor positions. While also playing star roles on CT. So he can really do it all, theoretically. Guys, Jam Young, holy Johnson. The teams he could go to. What teams would all take Jam Young? Jam Young to replace Flames. No. Jam Young to replace Kyosuke. No. Jam Young to replace Donk. That one I could potentially see. Jam Young to replace Yakinder. Probably not, but maybe we can have a conversation. Jam Young to replace Makaze. Probably not, but maybe a conversation. Jam Young to replace Zantares. I think that's light work. He clears Yakinder. Top 20 player of the year last year, Yakinder. I just, like, I know Jam Young is good. But, like, if he's only playing tier 1 teams, how good can he be? We have to take it into account that he's only going to be playing tier 1 teams. Let's just do a little bit of thinking really quick. It's actually not that different. Okay, listen. Jam Young better against top 5 teams. Yakinder better against top 10 teams. And better against top 20 teams. It's not like it's that wide of a gap, bro. Look at his stage 2. I understand he probably farmed stage 2, bro. Look at the teams in stage 2. Who did he play? Pain, Foot, Astralis, 9Z, and Legacy. He played one playoff team. Listen, dude. This is not Jam Young hate. This is not Jam Young hate. I think Jam Young is a great player. But you also can't act like he can immediately teleport into a tier 1 team and continue fragging at the rate he is currently fragging, okay? When there are other openers in tier 1 who, like, are fragging decent. He had a 108 in stage 2. That's good. What rating would Yikinder do in stage 2? I'm just saying, bro. That's why it's like versus Yikinder, maybe. Maybe, but it's a question. Against Mikaze, maybe, but it's a question. Who would I rather have, Jam Young or Zantares? I would rather have Jam Young than Zantares. Current day Zantares, I'd rather have Jam Young. Jam Young or Nerds, I'd rather have Jam Young. Luchov or Jam Young. Probably Luchov, I hate to say it. Jam Young or Zelix. I haven't seen enough from Zelix to have a give him a fair chance. Magno Jez or Jam Young? Probably Magno Jez. Cobra Zera or Jam Young? Jam Young every fucking day of the week. Dumao or Jam Young? Probably Jam Young. Rez or Jam Young? That's... I lean Rez. Lon X or Jam Young? I'd rather have Jam Young, especially because Lon X is leaving. Ken Sizzlers or Jam Young? Probably Jam Young. I think that's definitely Jam Young. Stare or Jam Young? Give me Stare. Zelo / Slaxajez or Jam Young? I haven't seen Slaxajez play in Tier 1. I would rather have him over Zelo for sure, though. Jam Young to FaZe over Jacob. Bro, this would be slam fucking dunk. I think you're undervalued. No, listen, I'm not saying Jam Young is bad, right? But I'm just saying, like, you can't just say he's going to automatically go into a team like Furia and guaranteed play better than Yikinder. I think Jam Young is a very good player. That's why it's a toss-up. Yikinder was a top 20 player last year. That's why it's a toss-up, bro. I'm not saying that I would rather have Yikinder, but it's definitely a toss-up. You know, then you never know. Okay, Magic. Okay, so Jam Young would be an improvement in, let's see, out of the top 20 teams. I'd rather have him than whoever is the opener in Magic. I'd rather have him than Azuwu for sure. I'd rather have him in FaZe. I'd rather have him over Zelo. I'd rather have him over you. Over Lon X. I'd rather have Rez. I think I'd rather have him over Dumao, but it's close. 8. 9, 10. Okay. Out of the top 20 ranked teams, I would rather have Jam Young in 10. I think that's pretty good glaze. Twist on Navi would go feral. That is what the fuck I've been saying, bro. The other day I said, guys, would Twist in a Navi jersey not be hard? And they all told me to kill myself in the chat. And I didn't understand, bro. I thought it would be fire. Check what I sent you. What is this evil message you've sent me? Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not taking this chart seriously. This is not serious. It's a good chart, okay? It's a cool chart, right? It's a cool chart. Here, I'll show you guys the chart. Hold on. It's this chart. It's the Cologne performance chart. Round swing per map by dual swing per map. Here is the superstar level. Up at the top, we have Azuwu, Jam Young, Magnojez, Tanir, Hunter, Nertz, Lado, Demon. I understand, bro. I understand that Jam Young is a good player. I understand this, but this is still in stages 1 and 2 of the major. I'm saying if you were to place Jam Young into a tier 1 team, we've seen this happen thousands and thousands of times. Just because you can farm like lower-ish ranked teams does not mean you can immediately go into a top 10 team and continue frying like that. Sometimes you can, but it's also a question. That's why it's a question when I look at some of the teams, bro. But I would rather have Jam Young for sure in 10 out of the top 20 ranked teams. So 50%, I think he'd be an upgrade. And then there's like 4 or 5 where it's like, you know, it's like in the middle. Hunter is that goated? Hunter can be that goated. He's on and off. What do you think about this? What is this?
Alright, Slap.
Ema, fake star. This is a 16-minute video. Should we watch this? Have you guys seen this? Is this worth watching? Ema is a fake star by Vondas. Let me watch a little bit of it and see what I think.
Today we're going to be denigrating Imma, and for good reason. His output is pitiful for the position, space, and allowance he has to bait the shit out of his teammates. And frankly, I'm sick of watching Imma get away with murder everywhere but the server. Now, some of you might say, Imma has a good number. Didn't you see that number? That number is good. And if you do think that way, I want to inform you that you're from the shallow end of the gene pool. Welcome in, the water's lovely. And when you're getting in, maybe you could look at this number. You can't even go positive, for fuck's sake. Gentlemen, when I was editing this video, I realised I missed an opportunity to further denigrate Imma. These are his stats versus the top 10 teams individually.
Holy G2 farmer, I get it was only one series. Plays well against Gamer Legion, Legacy. Plays well against Falcons.
He is putting Carrigan numbers up against his primary competition. But the Vondonians among you with an eye test did not need to be told Imma is underperforming. It is quite clear to see.
Gift by Brokey,
but
by
I
the
do
way.
think if you haven't watched the demos, you don't realise just how bad it's getting for Imma. I'm talking just bad mechanics like movement and aim.
I feel like you do notice when watching Imma, his mechanics are a little chopped. I feel like you're never gonna watch Emo play and think that he's a mechanical demon, bro. Like, he just be shooting people in their fucking kneecaps, I feel like. It's like Zontix.
Just aren't good enough as a second star in a tier 1 team trying to win trophies. And the knowers among you would have heard King T ringing the alarms about this for years at this point. Go watch his videos, they're fucking great. And the thing about being a knower is that when you watch the demos back, he's usually right.
God bless
So
King
I'm
T.
sure some of this will be echoing what he says. Anyway, obviously there's more to the game than mechanics, but when you are being set up for a multi-kill and straddle the line between 1 and 0,
I foresee a clip here, buddy.
Product, the human. And that setup is
Nice.
the primary issue. For Imma to get kills, they need to be blind or not looking at it.
Nice!
And you might say, Vondas, that's an over-exaggeration. Well, motherfucker, I went and watched every single kill he got at Atlanta from
Is this just me? I feel like he plays so stiff. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I gotta fix my... I just chopped my entire... I just feel like he plays so stiff, guys. Like... I don't know. How do you feel about Giannis going to Miami? It's very bittersweet, bro. I love Giannis. I love everything Giannis has done for us, but it was time. And we got a pretty good haul for him, so I really don't mind it. Okay?
the enemy's POV. I'm going to have to admit I did miss 3 kills, too busy counting this paper, and I'm not going back to watch them. But I split them into 3 categories. Not looking, jumping, blind, or through a smoke, heads up with a gun advantage, and heads up without a gun advantage. And the results are in. 75 heads up gun duels, where the guns were somewhat even, 36 gun advantage heads up, and 118 not looking, blind, or free kills.
I am not a
So that would
Miami
make
fan,
it
bro.
over 51% of Imma's kills are on players that either can't see him or have no way of accurately shooting
just
him,
looks
or have a gun
so
disadvantage.
stiff, man.
And as any Brit would know, 51% is an overwhelming majority. And it should be noted that
Explain me Giannis move in CS terms. Okay, how can I explain this? It's basically... Yeah, let me think. Giannis in CS terms. Who has been with their team, won a major with their team, but is like slightly old now? Not Kiyosuke. Crims. I guess it kind of is like Crims, yeah. It's like Crims. So, Crims, but okay, but like, he's not, Giannis is not washed, bro. Giannis is still a top 6 player. So I guess it's like, I don't know, bro. Maybe like Crims is not washed. Well, he's not prime Crims. That's what I'll say. I guess like maybe like Monacy. Imagine Monacy was on G2 for like 10 years, right? Won a major with G2 about 4 years in. But then the last couple of years were a little rocky. All of G2 loves him. Okay, he's been a freak for all of this time. But G2 can't win with Monacy anymore. They're not good enough. They don't have good enough pieces around him. Monacy himself is still a very good player. A little bit inconsistent sometimes because he gets hurt. So G2 deals Monacy to FaZe. G2 deals Monacy to FaZe. But in return, G2 gets like 3 decently promising-ish young players, kind of. That's the best I can do, bro. That's the best I can explain it. I can't explain it in Counter-Strike terms, man. Device to NIP? I guess kind of, yeah. Device to NIP, maybe. But, like, you get return, bro. You get return in the NBA. You don't get return in Counter-Strike when you do stuff like that.
But I've been incredibly...
It's not just like you let him leave. Like, you get return. You send someone to a new team, but you get a good haul for him.
Generous to Imma here. For example, this counts as a heads-up duel. Jesus fucking Christ, Apex.
Yo,
this
let's
one also
fucking go,
counted
Imma.
as a heads-up duel.
That
You'll
looks like
notice
my
he got
friend
2
Leap
players to
CS2
take
playing.
contact before he peaked. This also counted. Fucking hell, try. And this one also counted as a heads-up. This also...
Do we want this guy to join Liquid?
counted. Fucking hell, try. And this one also counted
I don't
as
know.
a
It
heads
looked
up
like
duel.
that looked like that hit.
This also counted.
Was he still moving?
Fuck.
He was still moving, I think. I mean, that was dead on him. I think he was just still
this
moving.
one also counted as a heads-up duel.
I've seen
Flames,
Shiro
I'm
hit those
begging
while
you
still
engage your
moving.
brain. He's not going to peek into the Molotov. His time to kill is too fucking high to stand in it. Love you, though. And now you might notice that some of these aren't heads-up duels. Some of these are actually him not looking and just defiling a plane.
Jesus.
This happens exceedingly
Emo-
rarely. In fact, I
Emo
would
looks
say
like
a lot
me.
of the kills he got in this were
Nah,
him
Emo
being
deadass looks
a
like me on
second or
Face It.
third
Holy
contact.
shit.
Sometimes even just being part of a triple
I can't
peak.
even
Okay, then,
I
Vonders,
can't
why in the
even
fuck
say
did you
anything.
do all of that, and what the fuck does it tell you? So doing this actually gives you a very good view on how much setup a player is getting in a team, and their general skill set, whether it be their...
Bro, this cannot be real. Okay, this cannot be real. This cannot actually be what it's like to watch Emo play. This is deadass bot Frank type gameplay. He had to pick the worst clips possible. There's no fucking way. This is what Emo looks like on a daily basis.
They're a player that relies on their mechanics more, or if they're a player that relies on their brain more. And from watching
Okay, he
Imma's
just got
games,
fucked.
he does not rely on his hands, and thank Yakub, he does not. Imma relies on his teammates to take first contact, the flashes to be perfect, and the system to be built around him getting kills. So he is perhaps one of the most wretched beasts in all of existence.
No, this
A
guy's
system
cooking, bro.
star, and barely a good one at that. These system stars will occasionally catfish you with a good shot, but you have to remember this is not the
that's
norm.
the Emo I
These
know,
system
guys.
stars have no hands. So
Oh
when
my-
the plan goes to shit, they also go to shit. And on top of that, they are less likely to pull a round out of their arse than the mechanically
No,
talented
I know this clip.
counterpart.
No!
Sickening, isn't it? But how do I know this? Well, beyond
How
just
does he
watching
not
all of the
kill him
kills he
there?
got back from the enemy's POV, I went and watched 31 of his pistol rounds, which were spread over Blast Rivals and Atlanta, so he had time to get used to Anagraph too. And then every kill he got at Atlanta from his POV, and then another 4 demos on top of that. I've also decided to include some clips from the Major here, so that would be every clip with a blue crosshair. Every clip with a purple crosshair is not at the Major. And it's actually astonishing how much resources and priority he gets, considering how little he puts out. And you might initially think, why the fuck would I look at pistol rounds? I looked at pistols because it helps you isolate a few very important aspects of aiming for TAC FPS. The important ones are corrections, click timing, mouse control, and then slightly less important but becoming more important with Donk and Kenzie still trying to turn CS2 into a movement shooter, in reactivity. But Vondus, I'm a CS player, I don't know what the fuck any of that means. What the fuck are you saying, you nerd? Corrections should be self-explanatory, but I have played with you animals and we aren't sending our best, so I'll explain
Jesus,
it anyway.
bro.
Corrections are just any smaller movement you make to adjust your crosshair to a target, and the most important part of aiming in Counter-Strike along with crosshair placement. Donk has the best corrections in Counter-Strike.
Thank you for the
It looks
resub,
like he's playing
Jaren.
with a
End
low
this
FOV
stream now.
angle.
We have
Click
face
timings
pugs
are
to
just
do.
how well you press mouse 1 on your target or how well
What
you
time
time
is it,
your
bro?
shots. Imma in particular
can't
is
end this stream yet.
troglodytic at this.
I'm enjoying
as
this.
evidenced by Imma only being beaten by Zontix and Alexi B for the worst headshot accuracy in Tier 1. Mouse control covers a wide range
Ooh.
of
He is like Zontix.
and Alexi B for the worst headshot accuracy in Tier 1. Mouse control covers a wide range of fairly obvious things, so I'll just name a few that you might not be looking for.
God damn! Oh my god! That's actually like the type of plays I be making, man. That's
Stability.
crazy.
Mouse
That
control
he
covers
just
a wide range of
rips
fairly
that,
obvious
bro.
things, so I'll just name a few that you might not be looking for. Stability in your flick landings, so you can shoot instantly if you do land a flick, and if you don't, you can make
He
easier
is stiff. I
adjustments.
just
Can you
can't, like-
transition between larger and faster movements
I
to smaller,
can't not
more
bring up how
precise
stiff
crosshair
he
movements
plays, bro.
quickly and accurately? How does panic or surprise show up in your aim? For most people, this manifests as tensing up, which takes
If I'm
away
the
a lot
first
of
guy in,
defining
I'm ripping his skull off.
surprise
Who is
show
in
up your
besides
aim.
him?
For most people,
Yo, if I'm bit,
this manifests as tensing up, which
Emo's-
takes away a lot of the fine control in
Emo's
your
gonna
aim,
be hearing it
and
after that
clicking
one.
before you're on target. Reactivity is how well you aim on a target that is moving erratically
fucking
in
yo,
such
Emo,
a way
W
to
kill.
throw off your aim or bait out shots.
Nice,
In
Emo.
CS, this would be how well
W
you
kill.
react to being jiggled or shooting SMGs and pistols moving in a deliberately hard to predict way, and people moving or tapping crouch mid-duel. So what did Imma struggle with compared to other pro players? Click timing, reactivity, control, speed, and
Everything.
accuracy. So in other words, he's an armless wonder. And when you set up an armless wonder, all they can deliver is the
very
bare minimum, and sometimes not even that. And this is despite Imma usually having a good read on the game and putting himself in position to get free kills, which is admittedly a skill he is quite good at, along with a number of other intangible things in Counter-Strike. So maybe he could switch to Apex Legends and play on a controller and then just have the game aimed for you. Or we could get Imma to go to Nexus and I could just continue to ignore that team. Watching all these shithouses is starting to get to me. Every night I close my eyes and I see Chopper and Imma in a 1v1. The
I mean,
loser
this is-
dies of natural causes.
I don't know if I've ever seen a player in
And with
tier
what I've
1
said
like
in mind,
this.
I've selected a demo that highlights the primary issues I have with Imma as a player getting any form of resources in the team. These issues are slightly more pronounced in this demo, but really not by much. But first, a ponderance for you.
Should we revive our ailing
Ime.
or should we just put it out of its misery? Or should we bring it back to life
Please put him out
and
of
then
his
shoot it
misery.
for letting us down so badly?
God bless.
You haven't got a clue, have you?
Well, I do, but my legal counsel has advised me not to express any opinions on this matter. On to the Dust 2 game.
It is rough, man. Like,
As usual, Imma's got good spacing
I just feel
here.
like this fucker just don't be aiming at people's skulls ever. Besides pistol.
Oh my god, just throw bleach in my eyes. How is this the first round? I see Alexi B is taking first contact here for Imma. This happens a lot. Basically, they're meant to swing and focus on Alexi B, and Imma's going to get them looking unaware, which is the majority of what he's good at. Mezzi sees 2 there. He should com that. Is Flames aware? 16 bullets! Let's see what that looks like from Flames' POV. A stream of piss is more accurate. Okay, we're on an anti-eco here. Imma does love an
Where he just
anti-eco
gets
kill,
dicked
but I'm
by
not going to hold
Robs.
it against him. I think we all love the feeling of power over a weaker person. So here's that Deagle ring out, and let's just... Jesus! Okay, so the setup here is Imma is going to be on long in a relative off angle, one that isn't played that often. And Alexi B is going to take first contact. And once again, Imma's job is to kill someone that is not looking at them or unaware. Does he manage it in fewer than 16 bullets this time? Mate, they're not even fucking looking at you. They didn't even clear that corner properly, and you can't fucking kill them. Like, look at this shit from Mezzi. Like, he doesn't even clear it
Not
properly.
that bad.
Like, you're losing aim duels to people flicking off you fucking
You know,
dickhead. Does Imma
Like,
win
surely,
the round?
these are like the worst clips possible he could have picked. But even still, like, I don't think I've ever watched Ema and thought mechanically he was a good player. Like, he's fine in other aspects of the game, but, like, I didn't realize mechanically he was down this bad. At least compared to, like, other players in Tier 1. Just, like, looking at a one-on-one a gunfight, it's, like, kind of absurd, the difference.
That position, otherwise, probably not. But if you're getting a literal human as bait and you can't at least trade the kill, you were just
Like,
failing at the
like
first...
this is basically a 1v1 against Mezzi here, right? I feel like Mezzi mechanically is good, but you don't think of like Mezzi mechanically as a demon.
hurdle.
And he
Like,
fully
You're
suns
literally
Ema here.
failing at the first hurdle. Like,
Like, look at that, bro.
unconscious-
It's unreal.
shit.
Fuck.
Because you can set yourself up for a kill as well as Imma just did, but if you can't...
I mean, like, dude, the crazy thing about Na'Vi is 51% of it's because of people not looking. Yeah. Which is like, that's not just like all luck, right? Obviously that like takes some amount of game sense. But I don't know, like Na'Vi's 2-star players are Makaze and Ema. I like Makaze, but is that like the 2 worst star players out of any top 8 team, potentially? Like, what's the vid link? Ema Fake Star by Vondas. Bit is more of a star player, but he doesn't play in star player roles. That's what I'm saying. The 2 players who get all of the star player roles on the team is Ema and Makaze.
grip your mouse and shoot back, you are just going to die. Speaking
Can you pin it? I can probably do that. Actually, where's Meat, bro? What do I pay this guy for?
of gripping your mouse and shooting back, Imma's going to be peeking
Yo,
with
Meep, you know
another
how to pin
player
a
and
video?
flashbang. He can actually get a kill this time, but you'll see that Apex isn't looking at him and Flames is blind. Okay? Those are kills that you just have to get. If the player's not looking
Yo,
at...
thank you, bro. Okay, it's been pinned. Unpin after 20 minutes. That sounds good to me.
you and the other one's blind, you just
Take
have
the
to get those
Giannis jersey
kills.
down, bro. I am not taking the Giannis jersey down, bro. One of the greatest players in our franchise's history. He won us a chip. I respect what he's done. It was time to move on, okay? It was time to move on, bro. I still love Giannis. I will never take the Giannis jersey down. If I had an Aaron Rodgers jersey, I would have that up in the back right now as well.
You know, a kill's a kill. You do have to get them. The setup literally has to be someone peeking with him, someone not looking at him, or a perfect flashbang. In this case, it was all three. Microsoft 365, just fuck off and die.
Nice emo.
Oh my god, Emma, what are we doing? Just put your hand on the mouse and press mouse 1 on the target.
Bro,
not near the target,
please
on the
don't bully
target.
the OBJ jersey, bro.
Once again, you've got a fucking wealth of opportunity here to get the fucking kill.
Dude,
look, Alexi B.
When I when I got the Browns OBJ jersey, I was like 15, and it was right after like his dad dropped a video of all the Baker Mayfield overthrows. And then it was like said he was gonna get traded, and that shit was like $15. And so I whipped my wallet out with the $30 I had, and I copped that shit immediately. But I loved OBJ, so I don't regret
Taking
it.
contacts for you. Let's have a look. And bear in mind, this fucking team that he's playing hasn't played at CS in a week. Okay, sees them,
Bro, we
can't
don't
even
give
get
a
that
fuck,
kill. He's not
Kid.
even
Shut
looking
the
at
hell
you.
up
But
and
okay,
play the video.
Alexi B does get
Buddy,
it.
the
He's
link to
shooting
the
back.
video
Something
is
Emma should learn
pinned in
from.
the chat if you'd
Flames
like
is
to
at least
watch it.
looking at you. He sees the Molotov coming in, so he has to peek out anyway. But he's also hoping that they're
Damn,
focused on
flame
Alexi
mods.
B or moving. And the first guy was. Unfortunately, Flames is sentient, so he's watching where the Molotov is and just bangs Emma out. Because once again, Emma refuses to grip a mouse. The reason why he does that one shot there where he was because he wants Raps to be worried about him pushing through the smoke, and he wants him to know that he's there so that they're not got two players focused on the mid push. And on top of that, he's trying to get a lucky headshot on a common angle. Not that it really makes a difference because Makaze's dead anyway.
Mod, check it. My mod is sleeping. Yo,
You see
Plat
what a
Messi, you want
luxury it is
mod?
to have a player that
Actually,
can
wait,
grip a
Sketch,
mouse.
do you want mod?
So after his base has been...
Sketch is always in here, bro. I would respect Sketch with my life. / mod sketchy card 84. Yo, Sketch, go crazy with that shit, bro.
Seeing Emma feels like it's safe to peek now and actually gets the kill. And it should be noted that this is a round-winning kill. He evens out the player disadvantage, they can rotate in safely through tunnels to the bomb site, and he also gives them the bomb site. And all he needed to do was deal 30 HP of damage. Then throws the perfect Molotov to flush out Apex. So when you're good at the game of Counter-Strike, you can actually get kills that require no hands. It's just in CS2, it's far fewer and further between. So he's winning incredibly favourable duels. But they are incredibly important kills to get, and if you didn't get these kills, you would 100% lose the round. And obviously it is a skill to even put yourself in these positions, because you need to have a good read on the game to do it. And this is the issue you have in kicking Imma, is that a lot of the players you would get to replace him are far less intelligent than he is. And in a Blade team, you need an intelligent player, which is why it takes Na'Vi quite a long time from
5. Do I still have time to up to the top 20
to their peak level. But I do hope you will actually engage your eyes when you're watching these videos and just realise the mechanics on this player are so subpar that he's actively losing them rounds and games. Because when you give him this many resources and get such little output that even on the stupid feckless rounds that other players might fuck up, at least they might actually just get a multi-kill somewhere that Emma would never do. It just turns the round on its head. And crucially, consistently capitalise on the resources he's been given. And I think this is especially crucial in CS2 because it is rapidly becoming a more firepower.
I've been there a couple times.
Something you really should notice here is how good Emma's spacing is. You got that trade on Makaze because of how good his spacing was. And if you just pay attention to the radar or just roughly where the teammates are, you'll notice that his spacing is incredibly tight. And even if the teammates aren't necessarily coming with him at the same pace, he slows down to keep up with the teammates. This is actually really fucking important in Pro CS. Hooksy, in particular, is dog shit at this. You're lucky I haven't got the energy to make a video about you, you little shit. But the reason why spacing is important is because it allows very efficient trading.
Yo, we gotta chill on Hooksy, bro. We already know he plays with no hands.
But the reason why spacing is important
that's a part of the appeal.
Trading. Emma, I'm trying to fucking praise you, please! Emma's last to take contact here, but he was throwing the util, so you can't hate him for it. As much as I'm trying to. Just in case you aren't noticing this as I am, he's shooting before he engages the counter-strafe. Like, Emma is the only supposed star player I've seen fuck up counter-strafes this frequently. Imma
I just
hasn't
feel like
practiced his
he's like,
spray
he
control since
plays
CS:GO,
like
I
he
swear to
knows he's
God.
not
Imma's
gonna
got
win
here without them
gunfights.
hearing or seeing him.
He plays,
so the
like,
call looks
very,
it's gonna
very
be a mid to
scared.
B. Imma's job in this round is basically make sure they don't have presence in tunnels, and when they do inevitably go for the mid to B, to lurk out of these tunnels on a timing and get a kill on a player torn between not looking at him and trying to kill someone else. So very similar to a round we've covered before, but this one is even more important to win because it's 12-11. So Imma absolutely cannot fuck this up because it gives them the ability to hold B from any angle that's exposed from tunnels, which against
That's
a
true.
mid to
You
B
actually
with a
can't fuck
nullified
this
tunnels
up.
presence are the
This is
strongest positions you can
unfuckable.
play. Now, unfortunately for Na'Vi, there are 3 players on B, and you can tell they don't know this because they're going B.
Ema should
So
become
the
an
game
IGL. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Ema become an IGL on a different team. I don't think that would be a horrible idea. Hey, Garmos, the title of this video. Yo, can you pin stuff in YouTube? I don't know how the fuck YouTube works. But it's pinned in the Twitch chat. It's Ema, a fake star by Vondas. I don't know how YouTube streaming works.
Imma is playing here is just trying to get a timing on a player who is focused on mid. Let's see if he does this. Okay, Molotov's thrown down so he can't push out, but he tries to take contact anyway. Admirable. At 35 seconds, Imma should be aware that this is a 3-man stack because Apex is an A rotator and he just got a kill on B. Can you do anything other than shit and piss yourself in every 50-50 duel you take? He also starts to move as soon as the Molotov dissipates, and pro players count the timing on util, so this is just an incredibly obviously timed peak. But he did manage to get 5 shots off, which is enough to kill you. However, Imma needs 16
Important
to
round,
get
by
a
the
kill
way,
with
12
a
to
Galil.
11.
So glad we're relying on this guy to get kills.
Oh, this is
So now
Bit.
Wonderful and Bit have to worry about being pushed from mid whilst they're entering the bomb site. Wonderful and Bit do their job, they get the kills they need to get.
It's over.
And wouldn't you know it, Rops bangs you out from the position that you desperately needed to clear. Thank you, Imma. Here's 2
Damn.
bonus rounds from the Major. So every mistake he makes here is twice as bad because it's the most important tournament of the season.
We're 08.
And you have failed
about to get 13
catastrophically
ones.
at it. Bondonians, let me set the stage for you a little bit. Na'Vi, battered on the first half, having a comeback. Let's go, boys. We've got an anti-force buy and a man advantage. What position does Imma decide to play?
Surely he doesn't play something goofy.
Okay, well, so he's incredibly committed here, but
This is the position of a man that knows he's not gonna win gunfights straight up. I've played this position before. I would know.
Games, so let's just see how this pans out for him. He looks like he's aiming with a resistance band on his arm. Actual fucking cret.
Oh! I mean, that's like kind of brutal timing, but
Actual.
I mean, bro, that is like that's just you're just throwing the entire round.
On his arm.
It is unfortunate timing, but like that is a chopped fucking angle to play.
Actual fucking cretin.
Oh.
You've committed to the fight. I don't care if a smoke is coming in. You have made your decision. And it was a terrible decision.
It was a bad decision. That's his whole thing. His whole thing is supposed to be like, at least he's smart.
I don't know why you
He
can't
might
just
just
jiggle
like us.
peek
He
it
might
from the
just like
door
us
like
for
a
real, bro.
functioning member.
One of us had a life tournament at Paris, and now look where we are.
Of society. Imma gets a kill from one of the most ungodly positions and timings I've ever seen in Counter-Strike.
I mean, guys, Emo obviously is still like a very insane player, but these clips are damning.
That's you taking the piss. There,
Like you
Imma.
can't just be a
And you
complete
run through,
shud
flashes into CT, wide
to
swings
make
two
the tier
players,
1
barely
CS.
hits any of
Even
them
if it's
and
looking
dies.
like he
But
might
wait,
be a
it gets
chud.
worse. This sub-sentient dickhead flashes his AWPer off the fucking angle.
Let's go, wonderful.
Cheers, mate. So the
Damn.
conclusion is kick him immediately and block his number.
Yeah.
Thank you, Square G, for acting as a research assistant on this matter.
Damn, bro. Yikes. Yeah, I'll subscribe to Vondas. Vondas, almost 4K subs. What else has he posted? All of his videos kind of popped off, actually. Chopper had to be stopped. I remember this was his first video. Falcons are a disgrace. Should Brokey retire? Donk dies for spirit sins. Ema a fake star. This guy kind of makes some banger videos, bro. He's like Vu's second channel, but just like a pure hater. And I kind of fuck with it, honestly. He's kind of a tank. He's kind of an animal. The purple text gotta go. The purple text may have to go. I actually do agree with that. But, like, the thumbnails have good character. You can't ever change the thumbnails. I like the thumbnails character, and I feel like maybe the purple text kind of has, like... It kind of has a vibe to them. Alright, wow. What now, guys? What are we going to yap about now? I think I'm going to do the top players on Friday instead. Because I need something to do on Friday when I stream, you know? Like, I need something to do. I feel like, will I have this much to yap about on Friday? I don't know. Top 20 list would probably be Friday. W new video, listen to it on a run. Yo, thank you for watching it, cousin. Appreciate the glaze as well. Thank you. Don't forget again. I won't, guys. I'll add it to my list of things to do on Friday. When are we gonna see you at the analyst desk? I don't know if I got the juice for an analyst desk, bro. I could maybe just say some bullshit and see if people listen. That's what I do on YouTube, and it works. So you know. I just don't know if I got like a. I don't notice like small details. You know what? Like I feel like I have good knowledge when it comes to the overall scene and like half decent takes and when it comes to like players and storylines and teams, but like when it comes to like gameplay, small little details, I don't really typically notice that shit, bro. And I feel like if you're gonna be an analyst, you normally want to. Can you give us your thoughts on Maui's top 20 list? Okay, that could be fun. That could be a fun thing to do. I'll end stream at probably like 5, which is in about 15 minutes. What's Maui's list? The Myrtle Snake. Here is the Myrtle Snake. It's pinned on his Twitter. Let's see. Post Cologne Major top 20. So this is his personal list, not his predictions for HLTV, right? What's your face it, Elo? I'm currently like slightly over 2100. I think it's like 2115. 2116 maybe. It's around there. Oh, all right, his top 20 is Is it predictions or is it like current? Because if it's current, I mean, like, I guess I see what the Falcons win, mate. It's the top 3 is fucking hard, bro. Current, okay. The top 3 is hard. I don't really have a lot of criticism in the top 3 because I feel like you could probably put these guys in any order for the most part and it not really mattering. I feel like I should put Donk, like, initial, like, gut reaction is Donk number 2, Zaiwu 1, Donk 2, Mondesi 3. But I get with, like, Mondesi's run and winning major MVP of having him at number 2. So I think it does make sense. I think it does make sense. So top 3, I don't really have any complaints for the most part. Flames 4. I think on ours I had Flames 3 for the longest time, but it's not really updated right now. And so I think Flames going down to 4 is fine. How is his major? Who he thinks will be where in HLTV's top 20? So he's predicting HLTVs? Or it's just like his personal opinion? I'm still confused. I know Flames has been insane this year. I just want to see what he did at Cologne. So this was like where Vitality was kind of chopped. And then at Cologne, he was like pretty good. I mean, he's just been so insane at like every other event of the year. I think you have to have Flames at 4 right now. I don't mind it at all. His personal. We're just going to go with his personal then and not predictions. I know Flames did not have a great one against Falcons, especially at the end, but he's been so good this year. I think the top 4 is valid so far. Shiro 5. I don't know. I think my first main disagreement would probably be Shiro number 5. I think I may have Kiyosuke above him after the major win. But it's tough to say as well. I feel like Shiro, for a lot of this year, has been very, like... I don't know if I'd say disappointing, but not, like, as good as I would expect Shiro to be. And I don't want to be, like, a rating Andy, right? Because, like, I think Kiyosuke does have a higher rating. But how... I don't know. It's a 117 to a 118, so the ratings are very close. Against top 20, a 117, a 117, 117, 120. But they both did fall off in big games, so... Like, let's do playoffs this year, a 108. Playoffs. Oh... Yo, I thought Buddy fell off a little more than that. He also did have a fucking phenomenal major run. I think I have to put Kyo 5 over Shiro. Shiro looked better in the... He looked better than he had, like, this year. He definitely looked better, but, like, dude, are we fucking for real right now? This was his run in the major playoffs. This is unreal. And this was him in that playoff game against Legacy where they lost. He was playing insane. I think Kiyosuke has to be 5, bro. If I were to have my own personal list. And it's not even just like it's a one tournament thing. Like, I feel like he's been pretty good for a lot of like he started the year a little rocky, but the most important tournament of the year is the major, and he won and was insane in like all of the playoff games. And he did Mog Donk. It's true. Kyo 118, Donk at 0.97. I think he's gotta be number 5. And then I don't even know if I'd have Shiro number 6. Like, I might have Rops number 6. I mean, guys, like, I think I might have Shiro. I might have Shiro number 7. I think I would have Romps over him as well. So I'd move Romps up 1. Let me copy this and then like make the changes what I would do. Hold on. Oh, God. Okay, the formatting is a little chopped, but we'll get her done. So the changes I would make, if it was me, is... Q5. And the formatting is so chopped. ROPS. Yeah, I'll zoom in. You're so right. Here. Let me fix the formatting. Four, 5, 6, and then I'd put Shiro at 7. And then I think I would be okay with Nico at 8. I don't think I really have that many complaints. I know Maui goes very in-depth. I know he goes very in-depth with his ratings, so I do get where he's coming from. But I think, personally, I would put Shiro at 7. And I think it might just be because I've been, like, lower on him just because I feel like he's disappointed me more often than not. So that might just be, like, personal bias, having him at 7. Nico over Shiro, I don't think I can do that, unfortunately. Where's Kerrigan? IGLs don't ever make top 20 lists, sadly. I mean, Nico had a great major. That's like his #1 selling point, right? He was pretty locked in the playoffs. Like, not super great against Vitality, but against Spirit and Furia, he played very well. I think it's just like when you got to take into account the major so much. Yeah, it's 2026 so far. You got to take into account the major a lot. 2026 as a whole, Nico has not been better than Heavy God. I think I disagree. I think Nico as a whole has been better than Heavy God. Nico also has an MVP this year. I think Nico 8 is fine. Number 9, Queserado. How do I feel about 9 Queserado? Would I put anyone below him above him? I don't know if I would. Maybe Wonderful, but Wonderful really had a horrible major. Let's look at Wonderful. I mean, I guess not horrible. He had a 104. But, like, Wonderful's been insane this year. So I think he has to be top 10 for sure. But who would I rather have, Wonderful or Queserado? If we just look at their events. So Queserado finals of a major, a 111, which is obviously pretty good. Didn't play very well in the final. And you got to look at the teams he's playing as well. Bait, he played well. Didn't play great against Mouse. Played good against Bet Boom. Had one good map against 9Z. Played well against Aurora, where they kind of blew them out, and then played bad against Falcons in the final. So, like, quality of teams. Like, I kind of want to put Wonderful above Queserado. Let me first look at the top 20. Shh. 109, 101, 106, 109. 112, 111, 115. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. Unfortunately, Queserado may mog Wonderful. I hate to be that guy. How good have they both played against Vitality? Wonderful, a 1.10. Queserado, a 105. Spirit, a 106. Wonderful against Spirit is a 0.8, so Spirit fucks him up. Falcon's a 0.92. Falcon's a 117. I mean, what do you guys value more? Wonderful's better against Vitality, but for a lot of top teams, he falls off kind of bad. The only team he plays well against is Aurora and Vitality that are like top 8 teams. Yeah, it's kind of tough. I think I am fine with Queserado being above Wonderful. And then 11-bit. Does that feel a bit too high? I feel like, I don't know if it's a recency bias. Do you remember a Queserado clutch this year? Hey, bro, good thing the list is not based off a clutch. Queserado shat the bet in the finals? Yeah, but he still made the finals. Wonderful shat the bet against G2. Not even in the playoffs yet. He switched Wonderful and Bit. I think Wonderful's been the best player on Na'Vi this year, so I would keep Wonderful ahead of him. I think I may have to throw Heavy God way up. Like, I think I would rather have Heavy God over almost everyone. Wakati's been very good as well. Bit, Moladoy. I think the thing is like, Bit's just on a better team. Heavy God on a worse team has a better rating. 115, 113, 115. I mean, bro. And Heavy God had a better major. Bit a 117. Heavy God a 126. I think I may literally just throw Heavy God way up at 11. Like, this dude has been fucking nails this year. I think the thing with Wonderful is just very inconsistent. Like, Wonderful when he's on is insane. He can have some insane highlights. He's just, like, I feel like very, very inconsistent. Which is true. That's a good point, Mr. Meep. Yeah, I'm probably way too high on Heavy God, but, like, I feel like I have to have him 11. Have some respect for Biddy has to play with Ema. Yeah, you might be onto something, bro. I mean, I think Bit's obviously been very good. But I think I'd probably have him at 12. I think I'd just value Heavy God being, like, putting up better numbers on a worse team. And then Molodoi 13, I'm fine with. I think you could switch Makaze and Wakadia, potentially. Wakadia, I feel like, has been insane so far this year. It's tough. I think you may... I mean, you might have to give the edge to Makaze. But I don't want to. I feel like I've been, honestly, more impressed by Wakadia. He farms Mongols, Aurora, Falcons. Furia. Bad against Spirit, Mouse, and Vitality. Yeah, I think you probably have to give the edge to Makaze. Playoff numbers. A 106. Against top 10 teams, a 108. Yeah, I think you give the edge to Makaze. Makaze's been very, very good this year. I'm okay with that. 9-10. Did I kill someone and I'm unaware of? Oh, I have two 13s. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And I'm not going to go too in-depth with all these. 9-10, Zershin, Yakinder, Stare, Lado. Sure, bro. The two messages right next to each other. 9-10 is a bum. 9-10 low-key carrying Mongols. Zershin way better than 9-10. I don't know. Let's check. I feel like 9-10 has been like the only good part of Mongols this year, unfortunately. A 112 versus a 114. 0.99, 101, 110. 0.89, 105, 110. Gulp. Playoffs a 103. Playoffs a 106. How do they play against good teams? Zershin against Vitality Spirit, 0.87, 0.81. 9-10 against Vitality, 0.79. Against Spirit, a 114. I'm sorry, guys. I think I would maybe give the edge to 9-10. He plays good against some damn good teams. Like, he falls off against Na'Vi, Aurora, Na'Vi, Falcons, Vitality. But, like, Xerxin is farming Legacy, Aurora, FaZe. And he plays well against Na'Vi. The only impressive team he plays well against is Na'Vi. But Xerxin is IGL. He's been IGL for, like, 2 events. And I think as an IGL, he's going to fall off this list. So I'm okay having him low. Like, he probably is not on this list by the end of the year. Unfortunately. So I'm fine with 9, 10, 16. I'm not going to go too far in depth. I think Stair, you could maybe potentially move Stair up, honestly. Xerxin farms Ema. Yeah, it's true, bro. Xerxin is farming Ema. That's just like... That's just not fair, you know? Bullying a kid in a wheelchair type shit. Nah, you could potentially move Stair up. Overall, it's a good list. That's what I'll finally say is this was a good list overall. Like, a couple minute changes, but overall, a good list. I agree with most of it. Like, the 15 to 20 is always very tough. I don't like getting too in-depth into that. So, like, there's so many names you can throw in and out of there, but I think Stair definitely deserves to be there. Xerxin. Lado, you could maybe switch out with a couple different players. I'm not going to name them because I don't actually know. Maybe he does deserve to be there. But most of the names, like, this all looks good to me. I think he got all the right people for the most part. Like, who could you even replace Lado with this year? Because I feel like Spinks hasn't been that good. Luchov. Hold on. I just feel like Luchov hasn't played enough. That's the whole problem with Luchov. Because Luchov played like 2 actual good events. Or like 2 S-tier events. But maybe for like the future, it's a good shout. Like for the rest of this year. So, like, big events, Lado has played 4. Luchov, big events, well, he's played 3 big events. I guess only 1 less. A 116 versus a 112. This can maybe be argued. I mean, he stays good against good teams. I'm assuming Luchov does as well. Not against top 5, but against top 10, still very good. I think you could maybe make an argument for Luchov instead of Lado. But I would say it's... I think Lado right now is better because Luchov has just not played enough events. Unfortunately. But I think like later on, second half of this season, he totally could get on there. Alright, that's it for me today, fellas. The stream is being turned off. I'm gonna go make dinner probably. We'll see. Fellas, I hope you have a good night. Should be Nico video this weekend or early next week. Like I said, stream as well on Friday. Should be. Expect to stream on Friday. If not, I apologize, but there should be a stream Friday. Fellas, have a phenomenal night.